Hey you! Want to know what real empathy looks like? Watch till the end.
Winter had settled softly and white over the city of Kazan. Snow rested like powdered sugar on the colorful rooftops and the onion-shaped domes of the churches. The frozen Volga River shimmered under the pale sunlight. Like a silver mirror, the air was so cold that every breath appeared as a small cloud in front of people's faces before fading away. On one of the snow-covered streets, a 10-year-old boy named Mikhail was walking home from school in his wool-lined boots and fur hat. The snow crunched beneath his feet. It sounded as if it had a story of its own. Mikhail had an unusual habit whenever someone felt sad. He imagined a small grey cloud floating above their head. Not that he could truly see it, but in his mind. It was so clear that it felt real that day in the schoolyard. He had noticed a cloud much larger than usual above his friend, Andrei Sokolov. Andrei usually laughed loudly and played with their bright orange plastic ball in the snow. But today, he stood at the edge of the field, his gloves half tucked into his pockets, staring at the frozen ground. When the ball rolled toward him, he did not even move. Mikhail walked over to him. His first instinct was to say, "Hey, don't be sad. Everything will be fine." But something inside him told him to wait. The grey cloud shifted in his imagination. He simply stood beside Andrei. A few seconds of silence. The cold wind passed through the branches of the birch trees. Then he said softly, "You're quiet today. Do you want to tell me what happened?" Andrei shrugged. It took a moment, then he sighed. "Last night, my mum and dad were arguing. Doors were slamming. I thought maybe it was my fault." The grey cloud grew bigger. Mikhail's heart began to beat faster. He did not know what to say. That evening, while their house was warm and the old stove made a gentle clicking sound, Mikhail told his parents what had happened. His mother, Elena Petrova, who had made beet soup for dinner, set her spoon down and said, "When someone is sad, you don't have to fix them right away." His father, Sergei Petrov, stirred his tea and added, "Sometimes people just want someone to sit beside them, not to repair them." Mikhail raised an eyebrow. "But what if I can't make him feel better?" His mother smiled. "You are not responsible for solving everything. You are responsible for being kind." His father continued, "Remember the difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy looks down and says, 'Poor thing.' Empathy sits beside someone and says, 'I understand this is hard.'" Those words settled gently in Mikhail's heart, like the steady warmth of the stove. The next day, the snow fell, even harder. School ended early. Children ran down the steps, laughing and shouting. Mikhail saw Andrei, sitting on a wooden bench, playing with his shoelace. The cloud was still there, but smaller. Mikhail sat next to him. This time, he did not say, "Don't worry." He did not say, "It will be okay." He simply asked, "When you heard them arguing, how did you feel?" Andrei paused. "I was scared. It felt like my heart shrank." Mikhail nodded, slowly. "I think it's normal to feel scared when voices get loud." The cloud seemed to shrink a little more. Andrei continued, "I'm afraid they might separate." Mikhail replied gently, "I understand why you would think that, but arguing does not always mean people will separate." He did not promise. He did not make grand assurances. He was simply honest. Then, without making it dramatic, he gave Andrei a short, simple hug. In Mikhail's mind, the grey cloud dissolved like mist in the cold air. That night, as Mikhail looked out the window at the starry sky, he realized he had learned something important. He understood. You do not have to be a hero to help someone. You do not need to have all the answers. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is sit, listen, and say, "I'm here with you." In the cold city of Kazan, among snow and misty breaths, the hearts of two boys felt warmer than ever, and Mikhail understood that empathy is like winter sunlight. It may seem small, but when it shines, even the heaviest snow slowly begins to melt.